Have you ever trusted someone so completely that you'd give them the keys to your entire life? I did. And he used those keys to systematically dismantle everything I'd built. This is the story of how my best friend spent 7 years destroying me, so slowly and carefully that I never saw it coming until it was too late. My name doesn't matter. What matters is that I learned the hardest lesson anyone can learn: the people closest to you can become your worst enemies, not through sudden betrayal, but through patient, calculated destruction. This isn't a story about a dramatic fight or a single moment of backstabbing. This is about something far worse. This is about a friendship that was poisoned from the inside, about jealousy that grew like cancer, about a person who smiled at me every single day while plotting my downfall. And the worst part? I made it easy for him. I trusted him with everything. My dreams, my fears, my relationships, my career plans. I gave him the blueprint to my life, and he used it as a roadmap to tear me apart. When people ask me how I didn't see it, I tell them the truth: you don't suspect the person who's been by your side since childhood. You don't question the friend who celebrated your victories and comforted your losses. You don't doubt the one person who knew you better than anyone else. But I should have. Because while I saw him as my brother, he saw me as his competition. And he played the longest game I've ever witnessed. Marcus and I met when we were 12 years old. New kid in school, nervous, standing alone at lunch. I invited him to sit with me. That simple act of kindness became the foundation of a friendship that would define my entire adolescence and early adulthood. We were inseparable. Same classes, same interests, same friend group. We'd stay up all night gaming, talking about our dreams, planning our futures. He wanted to work in marketing. I wanted to be a software developer. We promised we'd start a company together someday. Our families became intertwined. His mom treated me like a second son. My parents loved him. Holidays, birthdays, graduations, Marcus was always there. Always. He was the first person I'd call with good news. The first person I'd turn to when things went wrong. Through high school, we were equals. Similar grades, similar social status, similar luck with relationships. Looking back, I realize how important that balance was to him. As long as we were on the same level, everything was fine. But then college happened. I got into a better university. Not dramatically better, but noticeably better. Marcus got into his second choice. He congratulated me, threw me a party, told everyone how proud he was of his best friend. His smile never wavered. But something changed. I didn't notice it then. I was too excited about my own future. But that's when the jealousy took root. In college, I thrived. I found my passion in software development, landed internships, built a network. Marcus struggled with his marketing program, changed majors twice, seemed lost. I tried to help him. I'd send him job listings, introduce him to contacts, give him advice. I thought I was being a good friend. I was actually feeding his resentment. During our junior year, I started dating Emma. She was incredible. Smart, funny, supportive. She studied psychology and had this way of understanding people that amazed me. I introduced her to Marcus within the first month. Big mistake. He was charming with her. Too charming. He'd text her memes, comment on all her social media posts, ask her opinion on things. At the time, I thought it was sweet that my girlfriend and best friend got along so well. Sweet. Emma mentioned once that Marcus seemed lonely. She suggested we include him more in our dates, make him feel less like a third wheel. I agreed immediately. I wanted my best friend to be happy. So we became a trio. Dinners, movies, weekend trips, Marcus was always there. I was building the foundation of my own destruction, brick by brick. After graduation, I landed a position at a promising startup. Marcus found work at a small marketing firm, but he wasn't happy. He'd complain about his boss, his projects, his salary. I'd listen for hours, encourage him, remind him that everyone struggles at first. Meanwhile, Emma and I got serious. We moved in together. Talked about marriage. I was building a life, and it felt perfect. That's when Marcus started his campaign. It was subtle at first. Little comments dropped casually in conversation. You know, Emma mentioned she wishes you'd spend more time at home instead of working late. Did you know that startup has a high failure rate? I read an article about it. Your manager seems pretty demanding. That's not normal, you know. Seeds of doubt. Planted carefully, watered patiently. He started having more one-on-one time with Emma while I worked long hours. Coffee meetups to vent about his job. Study sessions because he was taking an online course. I encouraged it. I thought it was healthy that my two favorite people were friends. At family gatherings, Marcus would tell stories that subtly diminished me. Remember when he promised to help me with that project and totally forgot? Classic him. Laughed it off as a joke, but the message landed, I was unreliable. He's so focused on work lately, barely has time for anyone. The message, I was self-absorbed. He was reshaping everyone's perception of me, one anecdote at a time. 2 years into my job, I got approached about a leadership position at a major tech company. Dream opportunity. Better pay, better title, better everything. I told Marcus immediately, like I always did. He seemed thrilled. Took me out for drinks to celebrate. Asked me all about the role, the interview process, the people I'd be meeting with. I told him everything. The next week, I found out through a mutual friend that Marcus had applied for a marketing position at the same company. I wasn't upset. I thought it was great. Maybe we'd finally work together like we'd always planned. But Marcus never mentioned his application to me. Not once. Then Emma started acting different. Distant. She'd take phone calls in the other room. Come home later than usual. When I asked her what was wrong, she said she was stressed about work. I believed her. I always believed her. Marcus, meanwhile, became my biggest supporter for the new job. He helped me prepare for interviews, reviewed my presentation, gave me confidence. The night before my final interview, he stayed up with me going over everything. I got the job. I was ecstatic. I didn't know that during those late-night prep sessions, Marcus was texting Emma. I didn't know they'd started meeting up without telling me. I didn't know he'd been sharing my insecurities with her, reframing my ambition as neglect, my dedication as obsession. 3 months into my new job, Emma broke up with me. She said I'd changed. That I was too focused on my career. That she felt alone even when we were together. That she needed someone more present, more emotionally available. I was devastated. I called Marcus. He came over immediately, brought whiskey, let me cry on his couch. Told me Emma didn't deserve me. That I'd find someone better. That he'd always be there for me. 2 weeks later, they started dating. When Marcus told me, he framed it carefully. I know this is weird, but we've gotten really close over the past few months. We didn't plan it. It just happened. You know I'd never hurt you intentionally. I hope you can be happy for us. I was too shocked to be angry. Too hurt to fight. Everyone around us said to give them a chance, that feelings can't be controlled, that it's mature to move past it. His mom called me crying, saying she hoped it wouldn't ruin our friendship. So I tried. I tried to be the bigger person. I stayed friends with both of them. Pretended everything was fine. Hated myself for not being able to let go of either relationship. But the damage was spreading. At work, I started hearing rumors. That I was difficult to work with. That I'd exaggerated my qualifications. That I was coasting on luck rather than talent. My manager called me in for a conversation about team concerns. I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. Until I remembered that Marcus had gotten that marketing position at my company. Different department, but same building. Same cafeteria. Same happy hours. Same networking events. It took another 6 months for me to see the full picture. A colleague I barely knew pulled me aside one day and told me Marcus had been spreading stories about me. That he'd been positioning himself as the reasonable one, the one who had to manage my ego, the one who kept things running smoothly despite my incompetence. I started paying attention. I noticed how Marcus would volunteer for projects I was leading, then subtly take credit in meetings. How he'd befriend my team members and reshape their view of me. How he'd document my minor mistakes and share them with management, always framed as concern for the company. I confronted Emma first. Asked her directly if Marcus had pursued her while we were together. She broke down. Admitted that he'd been confiding in her for over a year before we broke up. That he'd made me sound cold, distant, selfish. That by the time I got the new job, she already saw him as her emotional support and me as her burden. Then I confronted Marcus. I'll never forget that conversation. We met at the same cafe where we'd spent countless hours over the years. I laid out everything I'd discovered. The lies, the manipulation, the systematic destruction of my reputation and relationships. He didn't deny it. You always had it easier, he said. Better school. Better job. Emma. Everyone always chose you. I just leveled the playing field. I tried to help you, I said. Every step of the way, I tried to lift you up. You tried to stay above me, he shot back. Every success you had reminded me of what I didn't have. Every time you introduced me to someone, I was Marcus, his friend. Never just Marcus. Do you know what that's like? Living in someone's shadow for 15 years. I realized then that he'd rewritten our entire history. Every act of friendship I'd extended, he'd interpreted as condescension. Every achievement I'd celebrated, he'd experienced as a personal attack. So you took everything, I said. I took what I deserved, he replied. And honestly, it was easy. You trusted me completely. You never questioned anything. You handed me the ammunition and I just had to pull the trigger. That was 8 months ago. I wish I could say I saw the signs clearly now. That I could point to specific moments where I should have known. But the truth is, Marcus's betrayal worked because it was built on genuine friendship, or at least, what I believed was genuine friendship. The hardest thing to accept is that his jealousy probably existed from the beginning. That every moment I treasured might have been building resentment in him. That the person I thought I knew never actually existed. I've learned that some people don't celebrate your success. They tolerate it. They smile through gritted teeth and keep score in their heads. And when the scoreboard tips too far in your favor, they don't work harder to catch up, they work harder to tear you down. The betrayal wasn't just about Emma or the job. It was about the fact that someone I loved saw my life as something to destroy rather than something to celebrate with me. That's what breaks you, not the loss itself, but the realization that the loss was someone's goal. I've had to rebuild everything. New job, new city, new relationships. I'm more cautious now, maybe too cautious. I watch for signs of jealousy, listen for subtle put-downs, notice when someone's support feels performative rather than genuine. But I also refused to become cynical. Yes, Marcus spent 7 years destroying my life. But I spent 7 years building something worth destroying. I had achievements worth resenting, relationships worth stealing, a reputation worth tarnishing. In his twisted way, his betrayal proved I built something real. I'm rebuilding it again. This time with better boundaries, clearer vision, and the hard-earned wisdom that trust must be earned continuously, not given blindly. So that's my story. The best friend who waited years to destroy my life almost succeeded. Almost. But I'm still here, still building, still moving forward. Scarred, sure. Wiser, definitely. What would you do if your best friend waited years to destroy you? Leave your thoughts below.